Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay. Timestamps will be put down below so you can check which part of this video you want to see. And second one is the disclaimer. This is not medical advice. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just giving you my journey, my experience. So consult a doctor before trying anything. All right, let's move on. In the video 6030, I had made this video for Prakash John Thomas, who's a subscriber of mine, who asked me, how did you lose weight? You know, you have lost 5 kilos in 30 days. And how is it that you are toning down so well? You're gaining back your muscle. So many questions were asked. Okay. I didn't like the way that video came out. So I'm redoing this, but this time I'm giving you new content. Okay. The title of this video, I think, will be how I lost 5 kilos in 1 month and what is my strategy. So if it will change, I'll come out with another video. But as of now, this is what works for me. Okay. Now I've divided this video into my routine, the meals that I'm having, what I'm not having, and finally closing thoughts. Okay. And if you have any questions or some questions are not answered, please comment down below. So I will make a separate video and answer them. Okay. So let's start. The first one is, what is my routine? Okay. Previously, what my routine was that I would wake up in the morning. I did not go to the gym. If you see my previous videos, I would wake up in the morning and I used to have watermelon. I used to have black coffee, espresso. And then once I felt I was ready, then I would go for just a 3-kilometer slow run. Slow run means I can talk and I can look at a YouTube video and do. It's very slow. Actually, I was thinking of the topics for my video. And then I would walk for another, let's say 1 hour or 2 hours sometimes, shooting videos. So overall, it was like walking 3 hours a day. That was my exercise routine before. Okay. No gym, no nothing. And if you see my previous videos, I would say, why the hell should I go to the gym and for what? So, but what happens? See, the problem is you never burn fat. Listen carefully. Huh? You never burn fat. You don't lose weight by exercise. Let that sink in. Only by doing exercise, you will not burn fat or you'll not get in shape only by exercise. You know, all these influencers, they show, oh, do 6-pack abs and do this exercise for 7 minutes a day and get a 6-pack and this and that. It's all rubbish. It's total, utter rubbish. Okay. They're just doing it for views. They are not experts. They are not professionals. They're just doing it to be famous. Okay. The only way, I'm telling you this because I've been through a surgery, bariatric surgery. I was 125 kilos. I came down to my lowest. I think that was 73 or 75, but my wife says the lowest I was at 78. But then I started to pack on pounds. It's only because of your diet. What you eat is how you become fat. Okay, fat or you put on weight. Remember, how did you become fat? By calories. Calories that are sustained or contained in your body. And the only way to lose weight is by going on a calorie deficit. Deficit means minus. That means your calories have to be less. You have to burn more than you consume. So I realized then and there, the only way for me to lose weight was to go through a lifestyle change. Diets don't work. You lose weight, you'll gain back weight when you stop diets. That's a problem with diets. You can do Atkins, you can do paleo, you can do water fast, you can do juice fast, any diet. The day you stop, the second you stop and you go back to your old lifestyle, you'll gain. So I had to make a lifestyle change. So now before, I told you that I woke up in the morning and I started, eating just watermelon. And then I would have my coffee. Then while walking, sometimes I take goo gel, which is, again, sugary stuff, but it gives caffeine. My weight started to increase from 78, went to 79. It's very gradual. It went to 79. I said, I am still slim. And obviously my wife was comparing me to my heaviest, which was 125 kilos 5 years ago. She said, no, you're still fine. Then I put on slowly. It went to, those grams keep climbing up. Then 79, then 80. And even when it went to 80 also, I was not worried. And you'll not believe my tolerance for sugar, which was not there after my surgery, I started snacking on chocolates. I love chocolates and ice creams. I go crazy about it. Okay. To my surprise, you know the monitor behind me. I used to play this game, Doom and Wolfenstein. And sometimes when I used to play these strategy games, you're so involved in the game, and sometimes you're so busy with your class. I used to munch on, M&M's, the chocolate bar. I was able to eat even six a day, which was shocking for me because after my surgery, even a small spoon of sugar, half a teaspoon was hard, even coffee. And I was eating six bars a day. I remember I purchased 100 bars and I finished them. 100, huh? This is not a joke. I got it at 50% off. I finished the whole thing. So I was really gaining back all the weight I was losing. It went to 81. I was still not. I was like, the day it goes to 82, I told myself the day it goes to 82, then I will lose weight. Okay. But finally, one fine day, I don't know what happened. I just checked my weight. I bought a weighing scale. This is also part of the strategy, which I'll tell you. I bought a weighing scale. And one fine day when I just woke up in the morning, instead of going from 81 to 82, and I told myself, the day go 82, I will, want to lose weight. And I was constantly looking at all these weight loss videos for a whole month, every day. I started to get obsessed. Man, I need to go on a diet. Man, I need to try, fasting or something or another. One day when I woke up, it was 83.8, 83.8. And I'll tell you, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. I was like, no way, man. What the hell is this? Because, I never thought I would climb beyond 81. I'm telling you honestly, beyond 81, I never thought it would go to 82. And I was just fooling, happily told myself, the day it goes to 82, I am going to start my diet and all that. When I woke up in the morning and I saw 83.8, I was like, fucking hell, man, what the hell is this? This is mad. I was so upset with myself. And then I just sat down. I'll tell you, see, we get so busy with our lives. We get so busy with our work and stress and pressure. And, sitting on this one chair and we sit the whole day. We don't think about weight. We don't think about getting in health. We take our health for granted. I was like, what the hell is this, man? I spent 5,000 US dollars going to India to get this surgery to make my stomach small. It's a tool. Okay, bariatric surgery is a tool. That doesn't mean you'll not gain weight. And I lost all this weight and now I'm gaining back. I was like, I can't do this, man. I can't do this. And my age, I was 40, now I'm 45. I was like, I'm not in my 20s. I can't do whole day in the gym. I can't do whole day playing out. So when you're young, you can lose weight. So I was like, this has to stop. This seriously has to stop. I can't go on like this. And if I'm going to put on weight, my wife is also going to put on weight. And then, my kid will also put on weight. And I was like, no, I need to stop because my wife was also following my lifestyle and she was also munching and eating everything. And my baby is also. So like, this has to stop. This has to stop. And, and because, my mind was already there, I was looking at different channels on weight loss and intermittent fasting, paleo, vegan, and juicing. Like you, I was also confused. I was like, what the hell to do? Finally, I decided nothing doing, absolutely nothing doing. I am going to lose weight and get in shape and get fit. I would say the first thing what you have to do is you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision and you have to stick to it. And before even sticking to it, you have to make that decision. Man, enough is enough. This has to stop. You have to make that ironclad decision and you have to believe in it. You have to want it. You have to desire. I was really pissed off. It has to come from within. It is not like a, this, what New Year resolution. Okay. It's not like a New Year resolution. And by the way, listen, if you feel tired of listening to this whole story, just check the timestamps and go to the main parts that you want to listen to. Okay. I'm just going with the flow and giving you the real gist, telling you from my heart. Okay. So, see, money you can earn, but if your health is not proper, everything gets messed up, man. And we are so accustomed to work and stress and pressure and I need to pay my bills. We take what we have for granted, whether it's relationships. For me, I took my health for granted. Okay. I was just going back to the old habits, and old habits do come back. So I was like, nothing doing. I have to make a change. So what I decided, a couple of things. These are a couple of things that I decided. Okay. First one is I needed to remove all these snacks and all these chocolates and all this from my room. Okay. This is one of the other things which I think people need to keep in mind. It was all I could just move my hand like this and get my chips, my chocolates, my cold drinks, my all this was just I removed all of it from my room and put it in a cupboard. And I told my wife, either throw it out or give it to somebody. Just in fact, the only thing that if you check my videos, you'd know, only thing I found it impossible to throw was kaju barfi, which is Indian sweets. That was not just because it was expensive. You don't get it in Thailand. You have to get it shipped from Bangkok. I like it. I'm being honest with you. So I was like, okay, before I used to eat like 5, 6, 7, 8, I'll eat every day one or two in the evening. Okay. So that was one. I'm being honest. Okay. That was number one. The second thing is I asked myself, okay, what is it that I need to do apart from this? Next one is obviously I realized if I'm going to do that slow walking or running, I'm not going to lose weight. And there's no motivation to run and sprint because I have done that with a professional coach. And over here, I didn't want to get a professional coach, but which I highly recommend because I was in Dubai. I had a professional coach. Here, I didn't want. So I was like, okay, I'll join a gym. And the gym that I chose was very nearby. This is another point you have to keep in mind. If you're joining any gym, it's better you join a more expensive gym, but close to you. It should be 1 minute or 2 minutes distance rather than a cheap gym, which is very far. Because if it's far, you'll be like, oh man, who wants to be stuck in traffic? But if it is close by, it's always better. And even if you have a gym below your house, that's the best. Okay. So the next thing was, okay, I'll join the gym. And there was a gym here, which I've known from the time I've come here. I never joined it. I didn't waste any time. Immediately I went, asked him, what is your membership? I joined then and there itself. Huh? There was nothing, no turning back. And I said to myself, this was not planned at that time. When I get up in the morning, first thing I'll go to the gym and it's close by. Okay. So one was getting rid of all the sweets from my room, keeping it far away. Second one was joining the third one. I was like, okay, join the gym. But let's say if it rains, I'm giving you my lifestyle. I'm just giving, if it rains and I need something in the house that will give me, like, for example, right now it is midnight. Right now it's midnight. Sometimes I get up in odd hours of the day. And what if I feel like going exercise? I stay in a forest. I can't do running, So I bought a treadmill. Luckily, if you see my videos, I got it at 50% off. I knew how to bargain. Okay. I was lucky at the right time, right place. Or you can even buy a stationary bike, or you can buy something that will help you do some exercise in the house. Okay. It can be anything. So for me at least, I sold off a couple of things that I had that was taking space and I managed to get a treadmill. Okay. So that was the next thing. So now there's no excuse that I can't do exercise. I can get up at 4 o'clock morning and let's say I feel like doing exercise. I can do something and, start my day. So there's nothing to worry. Okay. So getting rid of all the sweets, joining the gym, treadmill. The next one, which was even more important, was the food that I was having. Now, the problem is I was just having anything and everything. Wife used to go shop and just bring whatever was delicious or the best price for the day or the bargain for the day. Sometimes, when you go shopping, buy one, get one free, or buy this 6, you'll get 2 free. So we were buying quantity or quantity. I told my wife, from today onwards, for me, don't buy anything. Even if it's buy one, get 2 free, don't buy. I decided I would make this. I don't know if it is useful for you. I would make a list of things that I can eat, a list of things I should not eat. Okay. And for you to know that list, because maybe it can be never ending, find out from your habits. For that, you need to be aware. You need to have a list. What is it that you eat every day? Do you eat rice? Do you eat meat? Do you eat egg? Do you eat fish? You need to have whatever. Suppose let's say you're an Indian and you're eating chicken curry. For example, chicken curry every day you eat once. And then in the night you eat, say, prawns and you drink one small peg of alcohol. Just you need to be aware what you're having. In my case, I knew what I was having: rice with fish, those quick, easy food. I was having coca noodles every day, which is calories, but no nutrition. So I made a list of all that I was eating because that was my list. From there, I said, this is what I can eat. This is what I will not eat. Because let's say, for example, chocolates was just adding calories and it was adding sugar to my life. It was not giving me any value. Then rice is good, but it's carbohydrates, just pure energy. I mean, if I'm eating carbohydrates before I sleep, what am I doing? I'm just filling myself. So I was like, bloody hell, this is what I ate for a whole week. I had a Excel sheet where I knew what all I was eating for the whole week. So from there, I decided, okay, this is what I can eat. This is what I should not eat. Okay, so I'm not going too much technical for now. I'm just giving the gist of how did I decide. Then after that, then came the most important part. The most important part. I knew for a fact, okay, the only way for me to lose weight was understanding a simple protocol. That was, we become fat, not because we ate chocolate and this, yes, that also adds to it. But we become fat for a very simple thing. We eat excess calories than what we spend. You become fat when you eat more calories. You lose weight when you're in a calorie deficit. So I realized I was eating more than I was burning. So the only way for me to lose weight, the only way was not eating. Not eating means going on a fast. Going on a fast. And you'll be surprised to know, this is something for you to think about. When I underwent my surgery, bariatric surgery, before my surgery, I'm not exaggerating with you, I was eating 4 people's food per day, because obviously bodybuilding lifestyle and my stomach gets stretched so much. To give you an idea what I would eat for breakfast, this is just before my surgery, I would eat around, half a bread. You buy half a bread, the whole thing, peanut butter with condensed milk, full one, plus 2-3 eggs, plus maybe what do you say, noodles, coca noodles, plus maybe some sausages, plus maybe a coffee with lots of sugar and milk, plus maybe some other dish at the side. Just breakfast with banana and this and that, just breakfast and no exercise. And then lunch would be chicken and prawn, sorry, seafood, beef and rice, and you get the idea. It was 4 people's meals I was eating per day. You can check my old videos. My face is like a ball. Okay. Uh, Today, if I compare me versus Loy Machedo before my surgery, I think I was eating more than 9 people's, my size, 9 or 10 people's food per single serving. Okay. So I realized if I had to lose weight, I had to avoid eating for a certain time of the day and allow my body to burn the fat. So that is where I decided something called intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is simply where you do not eat food for a certain specific time period. And then there is a window of time in 24 hours where you can eat as much as you want. Okay. But there also, I'll speak to you later about it. So out of 24 hours, 8 hours you sleep, you don't eat. So after that, your body is still burning fat after those 8 hours of sleep. After you wake up, then the question is, do you still want to burn fat or do you want it to stop? The minute you put something in your mouth, especially the worst is cereal or sugar or something sweet, croissant or bread or any carbs, any bread or sandwich or cornflakes or sweet milk, finished. You stop the fat burning process and you tell the body, don't burn any fat. Here is the sugar. Burn this only, and the rest you dump it more as fat. So I was like, bloody hell, 8 hours, I'm burning the fat. I'll continue that 8 hours. So now starts the official routine of how I changed my routine and my lifestyle. Okay. So before I was eating, remember, I told you, whenever I was hungry, I was eating. Just eat. The whole day I was eating. I didn't care how many meals I was having. I didn't care how many times I was having. So now I'll give you my new routine. This is the new routine that I follow. Number 1 is, before I wake up in the morning or before I wake up the following day, I have everything ready. Like, for example, I'll show you. See, this is not only for the purpose of the video. I've kept my gym bag at the side. This is my gym bag. Okay. In my gym bag, there's nothing special. It's my water. There is my headphones. There is my just my bandana that I put here. There is my gym towel. You can see. Okay. So all these. Hey, why is this going in? Okay. So I have all my stuff, which is kept in my gym bag. Okay. All my stuff. And it's kept here. It's ready. Even my shoes. I don't keep my shoes in my room. My shoes is kept outside and it's all ready. And my wife makes sure that my shorts, underwear, the shirt that I'm going to wear, everything is kept ready. In fact, even my watch, I have a Samsung Galaxy watch to count the number of steps. I have my smartphone. Obviously, I make sure that it's charged full. So all of it is kept ready. All of it is kept ready for the next day. And mentally, I know what I'm going to do in the gym. Like, okay, should I be training legs or should I be training upper body or should I just go for a brief pump? I have one or two options. Okay. And I have also planned out what I'm going to eat tomorrow. I know you might be like, bloody hell, you have to plan. Yes, you have to plan all this. Because let's say, to give you an idea, today is Saturday. It's already crossed. So Saturday tomorrow later on during the day, it's already midnight. Tomorrow I've told my wife we'll be going out to eat food. Okay. Because it's our relaxed day. Because I already achieved my goal for losing weight. So I discussed with my wife when will we go to eat outside in a nice restaurant and what we will eat also we planned out. Okay, we will have this. Should we have French fries? Okay, no. Should we have ice cream? And so we have planned it out. Okay, so it's very important to plan all this before you sleep. Okay, like I'm very aware that let's say if I was not going for the treat, that I would have made a list. Sometimes I make a list here where this is something else, where I tell, okay, I want cabbage, I want cauliflower. Tomorrow, maybe I would like a steak. Maybe I can ask my wife to make a couple of like fish or chicken or something. You need to have a list. Okay. So keep everything ready. Then the second thing, point number 2 is you must sleep on time. In my case, I don't have to sleep on time because I can sleep as long as I want. That is a freedom of my lifestyle. But in your case, if you're a working class professional, you obviously have to wake up at a particular time and go to work. Always make sure, no matter what, you switch off your computer, you switch off your smartphone, especially that blue light. No, yes, I'll tell you, I didn't believe this before. The blue light that comes out from your device actually makes you not want to sleep. Okay, that is why some of the scientists and all that, they say 2 hours or 3 hours before you're going to sleep, don't have any blue light, especially with your device. There is a setting where you can change into orange kind of a light that will not affect your sleep pattern. So when you see something too closely, that kills your sleep. So you must sleep 8 hours. 8 hours is mandatory, no matter what. Maybe some people is okay with 7 hours, but the more you sleep, the less you will be eating. So sleep not only recuperates, sleep also helps you avoid eating. Okay. So point number 2 is sleep. Point number 3, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do, I wake up in the morning, I will check after I go to the toilet, pee and whatever, I piss or shit or whatever, I'll come and check my weight. Seriously, yeah. And I also have a Google Doc, that is Excel sheet, where I have recorded my weight. It's a very simple one. I don't make it too complicated. I just have the date, the column. Then I have my weight recorded. What is my weight every single day? Okay. There will be ups and downs, but I make sure I record my weight. The next column is, what is the difference from yesterday? What is different? Did I lose point whatever pounds or did I gain? Okay. And why this data is important, whether I gained or lost, is because if I gained, I will be like, what did I eat in the night that I gained? Or what did I eat the whole day? And that kind of gives me the feedback. And if in case I lost, oh, bloody hell, I lost. What did I eat? What did I do? So that proves me valuable feedback. Now, obviously, the weight loss and gain or the recording the weight is to keep you aware. What is your weight today? So then sheesh, I should do something more or should I do something less? For example, if my weight was a little bit more, I'll be like, bloody hell, man, I gained weight. Today, let me eat more sensibly. Let me eat more salads. Let me avoid eating, say, something sweet. let me fast a little bit more, let me do a little bit more exercise. So that gives you feedback what to do. Otherwise, if you don't know your bloody weight, you'll just be like, okay, I'm losing something. No, every day you have to record. But the progress is take an average of 7 days or 10 days. So when you take the average, there you must lose weight. But the thumb rule is record your weight every single day and make sure that based on what number you get, try to make sure there is progress. Because remember this, if you have to lose even 1 kg, that 1 kg, if you divide it into grams, let's say 1,000 grams, every day you have to lose a little bit, right? Otherwise, how will you lose 1 kg if you don't lose every single day? Okay. So I check my weight and I reflect why I lost or gained weight. Point number 4. So after I wake up, I told you I don't eat food. But what I must have is, at least for me, is I have to have black espresso. My espresso is here. Yeah, see, here's my black espresso. This, I had I had made 2 cups. I finished one, the other one just half. And because my room is cool, my espresso is still here. I'm going to drink this when I wake up in the morning tomorrow. Obviously, my wife will make another one. So I always have a very strong smell. I can smell it even right now. But there's no sugar. No sugar, no cream, just pure black espresso. You can have black coffee. I don't know if you're tolerant to coffee, or you can have tea. Okay, tea, but with no sugar. It can be a tea. I don't like it so much. I like coffee better. But if you can drink tea, some people say just normal tea is good. Some people say herbal tea is good. You see what works with you. Remember, what would work for you may not work for me, and vice versa. But for me, black coffee works best. But because of years of tolerance, I can take on espresso. I have an espresso machine. It's a worthwhile investment. If you want to know the model and all that, I can put it up. It's very simple. I still think it's very complicated. It saves me a lot of money. Instead of having to travel, getting coffee, I make espresso at home. I can have as much as. So I have a black espresso. I might have 2. Once the coffee kicks in, coffee kicks in and the caffeine kicks in, I am ready to go to the gym. Okay, so point number 5 is going to the gym. Now, going to the gym, I know what I'm supposed to do, and it's business. I'm not going there to talk to anyone. I'm not going there to make friends. I'm not there to chit chat. I'm not there to waste time. I know what I'm supposed to go to the gym. And this is one more thing which is very important. Don't waste your time in the gym. We have this tendency where we meet other people. Out of these 30 days, I would say twice, 2 times only, I ended up having a conversation, wasting time. And I reminded myself, sheesh, I need to stop. Because, sometimes people want to come and talk to, hey man, how much weight did you lose and all that. So that is why I put those big ass earphones. And the brand that I have, this brand, Soundcore, I don't know if you can see it. Soundcore is a very good brand. It's not expensive. They didn't pay me to recommend them. See, they're really, really good. Very affordable, very cheap. You can see the sticker is still there. I really love this brand because, man, you'll be very surprised to know. I'll put a link for where this brand. You'll be very surprised to know this is. See, I have my Apple Pod Max. Okay, this is Apple Pod Max. Yeah, I put a plastic casing so that it doesn't spoil. It's actually blue in color. I prefer this one over the Apple. The Apple is much better in terms of effects and all that, but it's very heavy. This one is light, and it has been 10 days. I've used it for 45 minutes, and the battery is still, I don't know how, the battery is still almost full. I don't know how it is. Okay. So you go to the gym, you're not there to talk to anyone, put your headset and just focus on doing exercise. Okay. And I listen, some of you have asked me, what music do you listen to? I listen to techno house. I like fast music, techno house, the 80s mix and all that. Okay, fine. Or listen to whatever floats your boat. Okay, just don't listen to love songs. Okay, point number 6. After I finish my gym, now here's the thing. People ask me, what do you do in the gym? What do you do in the gym? See, in the gym, the workout that I do, there are many people who will say do HIIT, high intensity training. There are some people who say do body pump and all that. I'll tell you through my experience. I've done all kinds. Powerlifting I've done. I was literally 225 kilos bar. It was bending on my shoulders those days. And obviously I had taken steroids that time. I could do sit and stand with 225 kilos without, not machine, plain. And as to leg press, lying down and pushing with your leg, 310 kilos for, I think, 6 reps. Bench press for chest, 135 kilos, because my wrist always used to give me a problem. 135. Deadlift was very good. 185 kilos lifting. These are very powerful, very heavy weights. You can literally get hernia. Your intestines can explode. Don't do it. It was too much. And I ended up with a lot of joint pain and all that. So I've done that. I've done, this. I've been trained under Olympic coach, professional Olympic coach during my triathlon days. I've done all kinds of exercise, running on the beach, running in 12 o'clock in the afternoon of Dubai heat, 50 degrees, Celsius. I've done all that. Today, when I go to the gym, I don't do any of this. You need to figure out what gels with your body. What would make you come to the gym again? This might be controversial, but the workout that I do is every body part of my body, every body. Let's say, for example, if you look at a human body, let's start with the legs. Calves, then comes thighs, then comes abs, then comes chest, then comes back, shoulders, arms. Okay? So if this is your body, I go exactly that way. Obviously, I don't train my calves first because they are small muscles. So I train my legs first. Okay? So squats, then after that, I go leg press, and then I go, back of the legs, that's called hamstring, front of the legs, that's called quads. Okay, so and then I do calves. So I do the legs. And what do? I do one exercise, only one, very light, where I just like relax. But there's some movement. Rather than doing nothing, I'm doing something, some movement until I feel there's a pump. And you feel that burning sensation in the muscle. And when I get that, I close my eyes. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just I feel the pump, I stop. That's me, huh? So I'm just making sure there is some pump going on. Pump in the sense, the muscle feels it's activated. I can feel, like this blood in that area. So then I do the whole body, and I don't do to the point where I don't do like that. Like I'm struggling and suffering. I do it at a point where I feel, oh, there's a pump everywhere. Because before I didn't do anything for almost, I think 6 years. And now slowly I'm bringing it. That is why if you see my photographs, you'll see the muscle growth and all. That is because there's a muscle memory. So I'm just activating the fibers. I do the whole body. Then I do obviously abs. Then I do back. I do shoulders. I do chest. Just bench press light. In fact, before I told you, I did 135 kilos. Now I'm only doing the plain bar. There's no weight. I'm just making the movement and I'm feeling it. Okay. So once I get the pump, okay, you can put a little bit of weight. I finish that. Then I come back home. Okay. So I feel a little pumped. Remember, my stomach is still empty. Okay. So it's busy using the fat as fuel. Okay. So after that, I told you I bought a treadmill in the house. I still have energy. So now what do I do is I put on the treadmill, put on the fan. Obviously, you can't do all this if you're a working class professional. So you can break it down. Maybe you can do this in the afternoon. It's up to you. Up to you what you decide to use. Now, I put on the treadmill, and the benefit of a treadmill is you can adjust the speed, you can adjust the angle. That is what I love about a treadmill. So I'll put it at an angle of 6. The angle at 6, there is different settings. I don't know what degree it is. I tilt it at 6, and the speed that I put is at 4. 4 is easy walking. So there I put it, and I do this for an hour. Now, obviously, sometimes 1 hour can be boring. So what I do is I have my iPad. I have my game. You can play Candy Crush. You can play. I have Dominations, which is a game which I have 3 different accounts, 3 different iPads and tablets. So I take all those 3 and I keep it on my shelf, which is near the treadmill machine. And then I'm busy, when you sign in, if you watch an ad, you get some bonus. So I'm busy pressing all the ads. I'm busy pressing some game or another. And sometimes I might even take a call. That is where I'll take a call and talk to someone. So it kills time. And then I finish 1 hour. So imagine 8 hours sleep, woke up in the morning, just had black coffee, finished a nice body pump session in the gym, light one. And then I come to do 1 hour of treadmill. By the time the treadmill is over, I'm already tired. Okay, I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. Initially, I'll tell you, don't do so much. Do little bit. I think when I started off the first day, I did 30 minutes of the treadmill. easy pace. But because I have walking experience, I was able to do 30 minutes no problem. My wife, when she did 5 minutes or 10 minutes, she got a little dizzy. So I told her, take it easy. You need to make your body get used to it. So 1 hour, say 35 minutes, 45 minutes in the gym, 1 hour on treadmill. And now I really start to feel empty. It was like, oh, you feel that emptiness in the stomach. But, I'm still not eating. And I'll tell you, the first few days, oh my goodness, it'll be tough. The first 4 days or 5 days, I was struggling. I'll tell you, I'll be lying to you if I tell you, oh, it was nothing. I was like, oh, sheesh, man, I was going mad. Okay. And I was thinking about food. It was burning me inside. I was dying to eat food. What I did is I just had shower, and I always have shower with cold water. I had a nice shower with cold water. The first few days, my body was feeling very weak. I really didn't feel I had the energy. I was feeling sitting like this. So what I did is I went to sleep. I know you can't afford to do that. You don't have the luxury. I'm just telling what I did. So I'll tell you, if I were you, what would I do? So I went to sleep. Now that it's 30 days, now I don't feel like going to sleep. Okay. After I think 5 to 7 days, after finishing that 1 hour, I was active. Okay. I didn't feel sleepy. But my energy levels were not like before. It took time. Now, if you're a working class professional, I would say don't do everything in one day. Break it down into small bits. Maybe instead of doing 35 minutes in the gym, do 10 minutes, do 15 minutes. Do it where it's sustainable. Instead of doing 1 hour on the treadmill, do 10 minutes. Build up over a period of time. And remember, anytime you feel sleepy, especially if you're driving a machinery or operating a car or anything, please don't. You have to take care. You have to use common sense. Okay. So after that, I go to sleep. When I wake up, initially I'm still empty. By the way, I've not eaten. Intermittent fasting is where you don't eat. So 8 hours sleep. Now I had decided initially until 6 in the evening, I will not eat food. So from the time I get up, whatever time till 6, I will not eat food. First, I will tell you, really it was tough. At around 3 o'clock, I kept looking at my watch. I was like, oh, bloody hell, is it time to eat food? See, hunger, here's a thing for you to remember. Hunger is just a feeling. Okay, hunger is a very powerful feeling. It's a psychological feeling that will make you, I have to eat. If you do something or you're busy, let's say you're doing some work or you're interacting with someone, you tend to forget about it. Over time, you'll develop the resistance or the self-control to overcome that feeling. I'm not saying now I don't feel. Sometimes I really feel, when I feel really weak, really weak, I'll say, okay, I'll eat something. But there also I'll come to what you can and cannot eat. Okay. So when I do feel hungry, I get up from where I'm sitting and I do something else. I go around so that my mind is not focused on food. And obviously, if someone is, my wife is cooking, obviously get distracted. But over there, I have already communicated. Remember, I told you I plan out my meals. So over there, I will communicate to my wife, listen, it's within 1 hour or something, it's going to be time for me to eat. This is what I want you to prepare. I give her strict instructions, what I want and what I don't want. Because initially she thought it was a joke and it used to piss me off when she used to just prepare. When she prepared what I was not planning to eat, I gave it back to her and I said, you're going to eat this. I'm not going to eat this. And then as a punishment, I even someone told her, I will start eating outside by myself. You will not come with me. So that, no, okay, fine. Then prepare what I want. Then as a reward, I'll take you. So that was incentive. So she started preparing what I like. And I'll tell you what I used to eat. So I have a planned meal for the day. Okay. And remember, Tupperware is like this plastic container where you can airtight. Sometimes it's good to save those meats, like a little bit of whatever, chicken breast or broccoli or whatever. Keep it. So anytime you are hungry and want to eat, you can just warm it and eat it. And a good idea is after you've prepared it and it's cooled down, keep it in the deep freezer. Okay, deep freezer, keep it in multiple shelves. Buy a set so you can keep it. And whenever you are hungry, you can take it out and heat it. So 6 will be my first meal. And after that, I go normal for the rest of the day. One of the dangers here is if you eat, obviously when you're hungry, you will eat like crazy, right? The mistake that I used to do here was when I used to break my fast, I used to really gobble. Don't do that. Eat slowly. Believe me, it's hard. It is very, very hard. And especially if you're like me, you put on your screen and you're watching a movie and then you're hogging, you tend to eat so much, you're like, oh, now I'm feeling sleepy. So I've learned now, when I break my fast, I'll eat slowly, slowly, slow and steady, relax. Another caveat is be careful what you eat, because if you introduce sugar in your body, again, you have destroyed the fat burning mechanism. Before I used to eat fruits and all that like this. I still keep it here. This is a little bit of a snack. I used to eat watermelon, but now I've realized my first meal, I have to have protein. That is some kind of meat with butter or with its own natural fat. And I'll come to that, why it is good for people who are trying to lose weight. Okay. So this is my routine. Okay. And finally, I will eat until that window is there, until it's time to sleep. Before I used to, have this fear that, oh, sheesh, I'm going to be hungry tomorrow, better eat, eat, eat. Now, eventually, it's like, I'll get to eat tomorrow and relax. I'm not going to die. So I eat smaller meals. I enjoy my food and I don't hog, and I'm ready for the next day. So the first one is my routine. Okay. So I hope this sorts out the routine. This is what I have been doing every single day for the last 30 days. Okay. Now comes the meal. Okay. So what is it that I eat? People want to know what is it that I eat. Here is a very simple yes, what I eat. Okay. I eat more proteins, more meat, egg, fish, whatever is protein. Okay, you can just do a quick Google search and find out what is good for Google search ketogenic. Ketogenic. I'll also give you a recommended person, his channel, Dr. Sten Ekberg, StenEkberg. I'll put the link down below. Go to Dr. Sten Ekberg. Without a doubt, he is the only channel I recommend. I've checked so many other channels of fat burning. There's that. He is the most educated in this field. He was an Olympian decathlon, and today he's a holistic doctor who promotes fat loss through ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. In all my years of nearly being on YouTube, 20 years or whatever, 11 years, he is the only person. Okay. It has worked for me. If you have someone else, you find out. So I eat proteins. Eggs is good, fish is good. And if you're vegetarian, obviously find what is the protein equivalent. I'm not too well versed with only a vegetarian meal. Okay. More of meat. Before I used to have rice with the meat. I used to have bread. No, absolutely. Just meat. Meat and salads. You can have a little bit of salad or you can. So I have protein and meats. I eat salads with that. And if you really want to eat something with that, instead of bread, which takes the action of that, I use lettuce leaves or cabbage leaves and use that as a kind of a bread. And yes, sometimes you'd want some flavor. Little initially, just to make my transition easy, I took, cheese spread, but that contains carbohydrates, but it was okay. I didn't want to go too strict. So I used to have a little bit of cheese, cream cheese. When I was really dying, I would have a little bit of boiled rice. So reward yourself. Initially, reward yourself. And yes, plenty of soups. But soups that don't buy the processed one, don't buy the canned one. Try to make soup naturally at home. Okay. And there are ways and flavors how you can make. You can just do a little bit of Google search. The best soup among all is bone broth soup. Those of you who are non-vegetarians will know. Pakistani, they have these bones, they make a rich bone. It's called paya. Pakistanis know that. Oh, I would die to eat a paya. You can't get it here, unfortunately. It's joints, the hooves. They make it. Oh, I would just love to eat that. Okay, anyway, mouth is watering. Okay, so this is the meals. Now, in terms of temptations, we all tend to have something or another that we like to eat that is not healthy or that is sugary. How I've managed to control myself, don't do everything in one day, gradually go there. Now, before I used to eat coca noodles, okay? Coca noodles with the noodles, I used to love the soup. But what I realized is because I used to take my weight every day, when I would eat the coca noodles, because the noodles, they retain water, my weight would seriously fluctuate and I would keep that weight for the next day. So that really disturbed me. So I was like, how can I substitute this coca noodles to something else? I found instead of the coca noodles, I'll put cauliflower. Okay. So the same soup base with cauliflower. Sometimes I used to take boiled egg. After it boiled, cut into different small pieces and put it. Sometimes I experimented with fish, the white meat, and I would mix it with the soup. So try, see what works. So I substituted. Remember, smart substitution is the key. Then I really love sugar. I always wanted to have something sugary. One of my biggest weakness was, that condensed milk with bread, which is hardcore, harmful carbohydrates and sugar. The other one is, Kellogg's cornflakes, the frosted one with honey and nut, with milk. So initially, I was to reward myself because I did the fasting. But then I was like, how can I substitute? So now I have watermelon, I have these grapes. This is high carbohydrates, by the way. So, but it's much better than having processed sugar. And remember, white sugar, any kind of sugar, is not at all good. Okay. So substitutes meals. Now, what to avoid? For me, I told you, make a list of everything that you eat. I realized the biggest culprits were ice creams. The biggest culprits were chocolates. Then it was bread, lots of bread. I was having bread with peanut butter, bread with condensed milk, toast with burger, toast with something. Bread I eliminated. That really helped in losing weight. Rice, I also started eating lots of rice with soup and all that. So I substituted that, I told you, with small, fine cauliflower. Okay. If I'm really tempted, really tempted, and I can't resist, because just to reward myself for the fasting, I have a little bit of rice. Remember, you can eat chocolate, you can eat ice cream, you can eat what you like, but eat it in moderation and cut down the amount slowly. I told you, I have this Magnum ice cream, the white one, with almonds. I love that. So I didn't say, no, I'll never have that. Okay. There are many people, even this doctor, what's his name? Sten Ekberg. He'll say never to have all this. Okay. But remember, I'm not them, and I want to be consistent. So, and I want this to be a lifestyle change. So to make it feasible, to make it for possible for me to continue this, I've kept the Magnum ice cream in the fridge. I've even ordered Kaju Barfi, by the way, the Indian sweets, and I will eat as a reward every day a little bit. So in my mind, it's not like, oh, sheesh, I can never touch it. And then one day when the temptation, you can't hold it, you'll just eat everything and then say, oh, forget this diet. So to keep it consistent, to allow myself not to get burnt out, I've kept the Magnum ice cream, and whenever I want, during the after the fasting period, I can reward myself with a little bit. So before I used to eat a whole ice cream by myself. Now I break it down into 4-5 pieces, and I might eat a little bit. And if I feel, maybe a little bit more. Okay. So, but this is only after filling my stomach. Okay. And yes, after eating fruits. So even after that, if I still want to eat, then I will reward myself. Okay. So absolutely no, I told you, no breads, no rice, avoid as much as possible. Cold drinks is a total no. Cold drinks, any kind of, even fresh fruit juice, you don't need it. Instead of having a fresh fruit juice, eat the fruit. Why do you want to say no to the fiber? Don't take the juice only. Eat the full whole fruit. Take it from me. It's better to eat the whole fruit than to only have the juice. Okay. And chocolates is totally no, condensed milk and all that. And yes, processed food, that is McDonald's, Burger King, even KFC. It is all processed meat where they add chemicals to make it light, to make it, kind of like slippery. It's like a buttery where you can just keep eating more and more and you never feel hungry. Take it from me, a freshly grilled chicken versus a KFC, you'll find it difficult to finish the whole grilled chicken. You'll find it easier to eat the KFC. Why? Because it's processed. So processed food is also out. If I'm dying to eat it, I'll reward myself end of every week. So if that is one of your weakness, okay? Closing thoughts. This is now where I want to end and tell you. See, keep this in mind that, we all want to get the six-pack abs, or we all want to get in shape. We all want to look good. We all want to lose those extra pounds. Everyone does. Who doesn't want to look attractive? Who wants to be fat and bloated and heavy, having diabetes, blood pressure? Nobody wants that. Okay. But keep this in mind that your lifestyle is different from other people's. Your stress, your pressure, your headaches. You're not like that Instagram model or that celebrity who has a chef who has, like, even you're not like me where you can sit in the house and control your environment. Maybe you're going out to work, maybe you're driving in the traffic jam, maybe you're in the heat. So don't compare yourself to anyone. Results will vary. The part that is important is do the best of what you can and be consistent at it. What you must do with no compromise is the fasting period. Okay. Keep that fasting period intact. And when it's time to eat, I told you, eat sensibly. Just do that much. Most of the problems will get solved. And if you can add exercise to it, that's it. That itself will help you achieve some amount of result, if nothing else. Okay. That's number one. The second thing is, I told you the channel that I recommended, Dr. Sten Ekberg. I've literally been binge watching all his videos, unbelievably intelligent, and he is really, really good. Okay. I don't know if there's any other channel. If you know anybody else, recommend that to me. Number three is, don't assume that you're going to get results like the celebrities or you'll get results like me. Everyone's results will vary. For me, 5 kilos the first month, maybe next I'll lose only 2 kilos. Maybe next I'll lose maybe 1. It doesn't matter. For me, I've decided I'll keep this as a lifestyle. I want it to be permanent. I don't want it to be temporary. Remember, don't do, and also the next one is, don't do too much to the extreme, man, because if you go to the extreme, you'll snap out of it. It has to be a permanent lifestyle change and it has to be fun and enjoyable. Make it fun. Don't do it if it is suffering is there. Yes, initial discomfort is there, but let it be something that you want to do. Have that reason, have that drive. And especially if you have blood pressure, diabetes, heart related, then you must. You don't have an option there. Okay. Point number 5 is, remember, what you have in the house for easy access will determine whether you succeed or fail. If your house is filled with temptation, believe it or not, at some point you'll go and grab the chips or the cold drink or the chocolates. You know, sometimes in the middle of the night, I get up like once or twice. I did get up feeling hungry and all that. And I was like, I'm going to hog something. You know, natural tendency, you open the freezer. Lucky for me, there was nothing there that would break my, that process, the decision that I took. It was just watermelon. It was just grapes. And then I said, okay, I can have this. Just imagine if there was unwanted stuff like chocolates and ice creams. There is. But thankfully, it wasn't the one I liked. It was the one my baby liked. Okay. And yes, with the kaju barfi that was there, I did cheat over there. So be careful what you have in the house. Next one is, I told you, make it a decision to change your life and make it permanent. Make it a part of your life. For that, it shouldn't be so extreme that you dread and you say, man, I can't do this anymore. I'll tell you, one of the things that I did, I told you, I broke my fast at 6 because the progress was going there and because I wanted to achieve this 5 kg in 1 month. I lost 5.5. At the last 2-3 days, I pushed my fast breaking time from 6. I made it 9 o'clock. So imagine 3 more hours. First 2 days, it was fine. And I achieved that 5.5 kilos. But today, you will not believe this. I was burnt out. I was like, no, man, fucking hell, I can't do this here. I can't do it 9 o'clock. So instead of waiting all the way till 9, I said, I'll just do it till 6. In fact, today, as I make this video, I went to the gym. Normally I do 35 minutes, 45 minutes. I just did 5 minutes. When I came here, I was burnt out, really burnt out. I don't know. Is it because I achieved my target and I was like, completely overwhelmed? Instead of 1 hour, I think I did just 30 minutes. Instead of doing incline, I did flat. And today I was just taking rest. I was not doing anything hardcore. So there will be days where you'll feel burnt out. There will be days where you feel you can't do. Take it easy. Make it enjoyable. Don't push yourself to such an extent where you're like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. Okay. So these are the points that I wanted to share with you. I have not taken any steroids. I've not taken anything else. This is just a normal, doable option for you. So I hope this video answered all your questions, whatever you have. And please feel free, put down your questions below. Ask me whatever it is that you feel, if you have doubts on. And yes, I hope that this video is better than my previous one, which anyway, I was very disappointed about. Okay. Having said that, good, bad, ugly, feel free, put your thoughts below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.